It's the smart guy here, and I keep hearing, why aren't you talking about Texas being in the college football playoff? Well, I'm not, because I don't see them possibly making it in. But fine, let's look at how Texas can possibly make it into the college football playoff. There are some points where you and I disagree, so we'll address those here. First, we should agree the winner of Oregon and Washington makes it into the playoff. If Washington wins, they're undefeated. They won the Pac-12, obviously they're in. But if Oregon wins, they are a one-loss team that will rank higher than Texas. Whether you like it or not, that will be the case because they are currently ahead of Texas, and this win over undefeated Washington will only move them up. If Oregon wins, they are in. Next, and this is where we disagree, if Alabama wins, they will jump Texas, and Texas will be out, even though Texas defeated Alabama. Because there is no way that Alabama defeats number 1 Georgia, the 2-time national defending champion, and is the champ of the toughest conference in the country by a long shot, that being the SEC, and is not in the college football playoff. If Alabama wins, they are in. And this is why that Alabama win this weekend would make it even tougher for Texas. I believe that a one-loss Georgia team also stays ahead of Texas. Again, Georgia's won 1,000,000 games in a row. They're a 2-time national defending champion. I think that team with one loss, as impressive as they've been all season, will keep them just ahead of Texas, even with Texas as the Big 12 champion. I think that if Florida State wins, they are undefeated. They stay ahead of Texas, even though now we're hearing that even Florida State's backup QB might be out. That could be a big problem. But the bottom line is, if Florida State can somehow, some way, win the ACC and rack up another big win against a top 15 opponent, their undefeated season will be enough to keep them ahead of Texas. So with all of that in mind, here's what needs to happen for Texas to make the college football playoff. They need Alabama to lose. If Alabama loses, they have a shot. They need Florida State to lose. If Alabama loses and Florida State loses, Texas will be in the 4th spot. Or the other miracle that could happen here is if Michigan loses. Highly unlikely, but if Michigan loses and Texas wins, I do think Texas would jump ahead of Ohio State and would jump ahead of Michigan. The Big Ten would be out of the college football playoff, and Texas would be in. So there you have it. There are 3 teams. 2 of them needs to lose. Michigan, unlikely. Alabama, pretty likely. And Florida State, it's about a 50-50 shot. That is the only way that Texas and you Longhorns can make it into the college football playoff.